Candid, captivating, compelling. Welcome to Cannabis Confidential with Dr. Dina. Listen in as Dr. Dina, medical marijuana pioneer and inspiration for the award-winning TV series Weeds, shares never-before-heard stories, chats with cannabis insiders and celebrity friends, and provides invaluable perspective and insight into one of the fastest-growing industries in the world. CannabisRadio.com proudly presents Cannabis Confidential with your host, Dr. Dina.
Welcome to Cannabis Confidential. I'm your host, Dr. Dina. It's been a while since I've been around you guys. I hope you missed me. I had a wild last few months. I got married, went on a few honeymoons, and I am now back to reality, which kind of sucks because I really like being on vacation. But I am back to give you all of the cannabis gossip and news that you guys yearn for on a weekly basis. We have had an interesting few months in the cannabis world. As you guys know, you remember listening to my good friend with part of the Kettle Falls 5. They were on discussing their case, and unfortunately, they were sentenced to do time. They've now appealed, and we need your help. So if everyone can take a moment out of their day, I know it won't take too long. It's not that big of a deal. I think a lot of people get scared to do this sort of thing. And I actually spent the morning doing it and posting about it. But I want you to go and sign their petition. And if you need the link to the petition, you just go to Pardon the Kettle Falls 5. You could probably just Google Pardon the Kettle Falls 5. And it's under petitions at the whitehouse.gov. And we can sign. We need a lot of signatures. I think they are in need of about 100,000 signatures. At this point, they've had 774. It just went online. You can search petitions.whitehouse.gov for Pardon the Kettle Falls 5. That would really mean a lot to my friend Roland, Greg, and his wife Michelle, his mother Rhonda. It's really a shame that we have people going to jail in a state that is legal. It is legal, people. We can smoke weed legally in Washington state. There are dispensaries. It's recreational adult use, yet we cannot save our friends without your help. So go online and do that. So we've signed some new bills in California, which is going to change the landscape of the law in California with licensing. And up until now, it's kind of been this laissez-faire attitude. We kind of do what we want. We work with the cities to kind of create regulations if we can. We get a permit if we can. We operate. We still do our thing. There's hundreds of dispensaries that are non-permitted around the state, and yet now we are going to be changing the way that we do business. We are going to be permitting our cultivators, and the transporting of cannabis is all going to be licensed. It's going to change everything. And my biggest fear is that it's going to create more criminals because people are going to continue to do what they do. And the reason why a lot of people on the outside they look at the industry and they say, of course, you would want regulation. You would want all this. And I do. I'm for regulation to an extent, as long as it's not over-regulating. And I think that we're getting to the point of over-regulation. And the cannabis industry has really been built on an underground model. It's really interesting how when we first started, everything was underground. You had an underground dealer, you had your underground network. People didn't talk about growing. No one took pictures with plants. People did not put it on social media. And it's really changed because I was so scared the first time I put a picture on Instagram of a pot plant. You know, I was dancing around the idea of that for years, and I had an Instagram account, but I never would dare put a picture of me in a grow room. And slowly that has changed and it has exploded. And now I tease people about Instagram because it's Instagram. So it really is a weed platform to me. But the underground was built by a lot of amazing people. And one of the people that I met when I first came out as someone in this industry, and when Snoop outed me to GQ magazine and Rolling Stone had picked up a piece on me and written an article, I was contacted by this guy named Adam. And Adam ran a podcast online, similar to what we're doing now, but he was doing it with his friends in an apartment and hanging out and smoking in the valley. And they invited me to come on as a guest. And that was the first time I ever met Adam. And Adam is my guest today. And I'm so excited to have him on because Adam is probably like the king of the underground weed culture, as far as I'm concerned, without actually without actually being involved, without having a piece of the industry, without representing and saying he's a grower or he owns a dispensary. He's just become this face that has become synonymous with fun in the industry. And I'd like to welcome him now, Adam Ill, host of Getting High With on Be Real TV, and really awesome show that I've been on as well. You guys have to go check it out. BeReal.tv and GettingHighWith.com. Adam, welcome.
What? Thank you. Thanks, Dina. What an awesome intro. Glad I'm finally on the other end of the interviews.
I know. It's kind of like relaxing for you, isn't it? You just
show
up.
Chilling, letting you do your thing. Yeah, I'm just hanging out, getting high, living my life. It's great.
Amazing. Amazing. I guess that means I kind of have to turn on my rig, my e-nail. If you're here, I should turn the e-nail on.
Yeah. Time to get high.
I do have that. For the guys at home that are listening and you don't know what an e-nail is, Adam is actually the king of the e-nails too. He's probably got quite a collection at home. It's an electric nail that you put on a rig, which is essentially a bong made to smoke hash oil, and it heats up on its own. I don't know if you could hear that.
Yeah, no torches, no looking like a crackhead and freebasing THC. It's just always hot and red.
Yes, that is right. And I think the torch scared a lot of people away from the medicinal side of cannabis. I remember last year I organized the AIDS walk for Team Oz for a Cause for Oz West Hollywood, and Adam joined us. And I remember Adam pulling out his little dab rig and a torch, and they were walking down the street and dabbing. And remember Gia, one of the bud tenders at the store, saw it and thought you guys were smoking crack and was very upset.
I was getting yelled at.
She yelled at you and said, "That is horrible. You're smoking crack." And then I had to explain to her.
That looks horrible. What are you doing? No one knows what you're doing. Get rid of that.
Yes. So she was scared.
Scary.
Right? I had to apologize to you because you looked so terrified that this woman just yelled at you. Well, it's true, right?
Yeah, we were in West Hollywood. You know, it's the beginning of the walk was great because the lieutenant was there of the West Hollywood Sheriff's, and he saw our group and basically looked at us and said, "Smoke it if you got it." And I was like,
That's right.
What a way to start this walk. So the bloods come out, the joints come out, the rigs come out, and I guess once people see that torch and hear that, they immediately reference it to a hardcore drugs, and it just turns them off.
Right. Well,
but that's why we're here. That's why we're here to educate and let people know that it's not always has a negative stigma too.
That is right. That is right. Cannabis oil, cannabis, period. It is not a scary thing. Everyone should have it in their diet. And I believe one day there will be CBD in children's Flintstone vitamins that every parent will be feeding their kids every morning. So, I think that it's a healthy part of our diet, and some people just need more than others. And for those of you that need more cannabinoids, this is a way to do it without smoking a lot. And Adam, you've really built quite a reputation on hash oil.
Yeah,
smoking it.
Well, 710 is a new 420, and I love, consuming cannabis any way I can, and I'm always into the new ways to ingest it and the innovative ways to consume it. So when the emails came out, 2010-ish, I was all about them, just getting it happen. And now I own, 8 different types of emails in my possession, which is just crazy.
Wow.
Just getting high, making it happen.
That's unbelievable.
And now they have portable emails. Have you seen these? You just wear a backpack, so you don't need an outlet or a plug. It's crazy.
That's insane. Why didn't we have that for the walk?
I was trying to get one, but it didn't come through. But next year, don't worry, we're going to be all prepared. We're going to make it happen. All these events that are going on and all these products that are coming out, and the more socially accepted cannabis is becoming, more companies are coming out, more money is getting thrown into this industry. So we're always finding new things to do and new ways to consume it. It's an awesome industry. I love it.
Yes, it is. It is amazing. And so we have to take a quick break. I'm having so much fun talking to you. This 10 minutes just flew by. But when we come back, we're going to be joined with Adam Ill, known as Getting High With, on Instagram and on Be Real TV. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Cannabis Confidential with Dr. Dina will continue after a word from our most confident sponsors.
Dr. Dabber, hurry! Its temperature is shooting past 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. It's burning up. I'm afraid for this little guy, it's just too late.
What caused the problem?
Only Dr. Dabber can maintain the perfect temperature for a smooth-tasting, slower burn. This standard vaporizer lost all of its health benefits, sending it up in smoke.
So you're telling me that most vapor pens burn so hot they produce smoke, not vapor?
Correct. Keep away from those standard vaporizer pens and turn to Dr. Dabber. Doctor's orders.
Less heat, more flavor.
Ganjapreneur.com, your guide to the cannabis business world. Ganjapreneur.com is a comprehensive resource for cannabis professionals and entrepreneurs. Download the Ganjapreneur app on your smartphone or tablet to catch up on cannabis industry news, scroll through our daily job listings, and learn about successful cannabis companies, executives, and investors. Ganjapreneur.com, helping ganjapreneurs grow.
Growing green to generate more green.
Hello to all you happy herbalizers, smiling trippy hippies, and everyone who believes in freedom and tolerance. This is The Grow Show, and I'm Kyle Cushman.
From food to fuel, from remedy to resource.
Welcome my guest, Ed Rosenthal, the guru of ganja. Let me ask you, right now I hear your lighter clicking. Are you smoking indoor or are you smoking sun-grown?
What am I smoking? I'm smoking concentrate.
Way to get out of the answer there. So you're truly like the king, right? You just clap your hands and somebody brings you a bowl and you're all set, right?
I wish that were the case.
The Grow Show with Kyle Cushman, only on CannabisRadio.com.
Dr. Dina is back with more Cannabis Confidential, only on CannabisRadio.com.
Welcome back to Cannabis Confidential. I'm your host, Dr. Dina. We've got Adam Ill on the phone live, getting high with from Be Real.
What?
What? You got me saying that now all the time. It's disturbing.
It's funny.
I didn't think I was that easily, bent over to take that what all the time. Now every time I see you, I just want to say what.
Yeah, it's great. It's awesome, and it's kind of annoying too, because it's great to see the influence and how many people are out there saying what when they see me, or a general reaction to anything. It's just that what. But also now when anyone sees me, all they do is say what. There's no more like hello, how are you doing, what's up. It's just what.
Exactly. Look what you created.
Trendsetters.
So for those of you guys, if you've ever seen Adam, if you haven't seen him, you can go check out his videos online. But he was also on my Vice episode that I did, The Real Life Nancy Botwin. And he was my choice of people to be interviewed to talk about me, which is kind of crazy. And now I get to have you on my show. This is so cool.
And thank you for that opportunity, too. That was awesome.
Of course.
Dr. Dina, the real Nancy Botwin.
Yeah, you really know your lines still. You do it just like in the show.
And I think the first time we met, I know you came on the podcast in the apartment building when I was doing it in houses, but I think the first time we actually crossed paths was at a High Times Cannabis Cup, I think in San Francisco, where I was doing my podcast out of the Cali Connection booth, and you just
you know what? You're right. I did. I do know what booth you were working at, too. I totally remember. You just gave me a flashback. Thank you.
Yeah, I know we spoke a lot and memories aren't always there, but I remember the first time you were there, you came by, I think we introduced each other real quick, and then I said, yo, you need to come on my show, and then we made it happen, and then I discovered that Valley Life. I discovered you are about the Valley Life, and I was in the Valley, so let's make it happen. It's amazing.
818.
Say it backwards.
That's right.
From that beginning relationship, we just started becoming friends, and then coming to your wedding, which was an amazing time. Can I say that was one of the best weddings I've ever been to, Dina?
Wow, thank you. That's pretty awesome.
It was such a good time. Everyone there was so positive, and just the way we were able to freely consume was amazing. Everyone was suited and booted in their best outfits, and then all the rigs and joints come out. So it just felt real. We were like dapper. It was great.
Well, it was so funny because I was so sober the whole day because, David and I had said, we're not going to smoke. We're not going to drink. We're going to be really sober throughout the day because we want to remember everything, right? And so I was totally sober. And then it wasn't until we did the big reveal when I kissed David and I could smell the alcohol on his breath. I'm like, oh boy, the boys have been drinking a little bit and I haven't smoked. This isn't fair. And so I was like, I got to find a joint. Well, I didn't find a joint till like right after the ceremony. And I remember walking up and sneaking a hit. But it wasn't until after the party or the middle of the party, I walked outside and you guys were dabbing. And you were the one that took the video of me dabbing in my wedding dress.
Yup. I had my little rig out there. Me and Addison were just dabbing, chilling, and then the bride came, and we're like, we got to get her. And you ran to us. I dabbed it. Yep, that went viral. Instagram and Snapchat. It was a good time.
Yeah, that was honestly like the best dab I've ever had. I needed that so badly. I was so sober until that point. The best part was my in-laws, who are very conservative people and are not really as pro-cannabis as I would like them to be. I think that it's taken a really long time for them to open up, and they are opening up, and they're starting to see the light and realize, you know, just like most parents, that they have always feared this reefer madness. And the reality is we're not bad, and we're just like any other business, and we're helping people. So, but they're not really, you know, they don't want smoking around their grandkids and whatnot. So I told everyone to be discreet. Well, you know how that turns out. My dad walked up to me in the wedding probably like an hour before it ended and said, I'm going to need to get a pizza. I got a contact high from being in this room with all these people. I'm going to need to order a pizza. And we were laughing. I just thought, oh my God, my in-laws are going to want to kill me. And the next day, my mother-in-law came up to me and said, do you think anyone was smoking marijuana at the wedding? And I just looked at her. I was like, if you don't know what that smells like, then hallelujah. Hallelujah.
So we are good. Yeah.
We are going to be fine.
I think that's what we need to focus on. I think is being more relevant is getting educated, letting people know what the cannabis does and how it helps. Because like you were saying, the whole reefer madness generation, all that propaganda behind them, and they don't realize how much cannabis actually helps people as far as healing medicinally and just recreationally. We may not know that we're self-medicating when we smoke weed, but you know, if we're upset, we get high, and now we're happy. If we can't eat, we smoke. Now we're able to eat. We're hungry. So we do self-medicate, maybe not realizing it. So the more people are more familiar with cannabis, and the more society accepts it, and the more it's on TV and movies, I just think it's just going to turn into like how they treat alcohol. Do it wherever you want, whenever you want, as long as it's responsible.
Absolutely. You know, I was reading an article recently about how when people, you know, they say that you should run, and then when you run, you get endorphins, and that's what makes you happy. I was reading an article that it's actually not endorphins. It's cannabinoids are being released into your body, and that's what's making you happy. So you're naturally getting the same high when you take a jog or exercise that you would if you smoked a joint.
Yeah. It's those cannabinoid receptors, and it's the same thing. It's in a lot of things. Chocolate, when you eat chocolate, sometimes you get the same euphoric effect that taking a hit of cannabis does. It relates to your cannabinoid receptors, and your anandamides react, and you get that same type of feeling. So it's natural. Our body produces natural cannabinoids as well. So cannabis just helps us.
That is right.
Get more cannabinoids, get happy.
Well, you know, I noticed that when we go to all these cannabis events, which are everywhere, and you and I just got back from the Michigan High Times Cup together, which was super fun. That was like unbelievable. Everyone keeps talking about my Snapchats from that trip because for you guys at home, if you missed it, we had a bunch of cannabis out there, and the day we were supposed to leave, we had rolled up everything that we had left into joints. We probably had like 30 joints left over.
It was a lot. Yeah.
And our friend was supposed to give them to us the night before so we could have time to smoke them, but he forgot. And so he gave them to us literally an hour before we had to leave for the airport. And the driver wouldn't let us smoke in the car on the way back to the airport. So we had about 40 minutes to smoke like 30 joints between 5 people. And Adam and I just lit up like 10 at a time and just power puff through it. And people thought people were angry. They were like, you're wasting that. You couldn't have just left it for someone else.
Well, we did leave some too. I mean, there was a couple joints and nugs that we left around, and we let the hotel crew get, and we hooked up all the cleaning people in the hotel. But, you know, when we have these joints are rolling ready to smoke, we want to get down. And how often do you get 10 joints at once and just light them at the same time? You don't get to do that every day. So sometimes when these opportunities come around, you just take them, regardless of how gluttonous or how ridiculous it sounds or may be. I'm sure a lot of people that saw those videos that were complaining that you wasted it would have done the same exact thing if they had it in their possession.
That's true. Probably. They were in the same position. I would imagine so. So what has been your favorite cannabis events lately? Because I know you do the Secret Sesh. Secret Sesh has been, I know you guys had one in Detroit. You guys have been doing it in LA. It's kind of this underground group. And that's what we were talking about from the beginning, how you kind of were like the king of the underground movement because you brought so many people and you host all these amazing parties and events.
So I'm just very fortunate to be where I'm at and able to get high with everybody who likes to go to events. But I've been doing an event with my boy for about a year now called the Secret Sesh, which is a gathering of like-minded individuals to just come to a location and just consume and make conversation and make new friends and enjoy products from all around the area that we're in, because not everyone, is able to find people that smoke weed. It's not a typical thing you bring up to someone, especially if you're in the closet smoker and you don't want people to know your business. So to find like-minded individuals that consume cannabis is not the easiest thing. So we do this weekly event where people can come and just find people that share the same common interests with them, and they could just chill over a dab or a joint or a blunt. We just kind of make it a party theme. It's kind of like when I did it in Detroit, because you mentioned we did one in Detroit, we did it in Denver, we did it in San Maria, we go all over the country. But when we did it in Detroit, I felt like I was in a scene of 8 Mile. You know, when Eminem was up there where they had those battle raps and it was like a super underground club, and if you knew about it, you knew about it. And when I was in Detroit, I felt like I was in one of those warehouses and there was all these underground folks there just getting high, and I was on stage just talking to them. Felt like I was it was like the future. It was great. It was an awesome feeling.
That's awesome.
Sessions. But besides the secret sessions, I mean, there's all sorts of events, and we're all familiar with the High Times Cannabis Cup, which is the most prestigious event in this industry. But now there are so many other events that are happening, and so many more people are getting involved. I'm actually doing.
Wait, hold on. We're going to have to take a break because I want to dedicate an entire segment to this. So don't jump the gun, my friend. Don't jump the gun.
Sorry. I'm excited.
I know you are, and I am excited too. So you guys don't go anywhere. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we are going to be joined with Adam Ill talking about this really super exciting event that we are just so excited about. We almost spilled the beans early. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Cannabis Confidential with Dr. Dina will continue after a word from our most confident sponsors.
Your connection to quality cannabis insurance services is spelled K-A-E-R-C-H-E-R. That's Karcher Insurance. We have worked with ventures like cannabis for over 60 years. We're proud to represent over 50 companies with tailor-made cannabis plans for owners just like you to insure your product, your plants, and your pursuits. K-A-E-R-C-H-E-R spells out their full-service insurance services ranging from commercial to bonds, to personal, from life to health, and more. Contact the team at KarcherInsurance.com and let our experience work for you. That's K-A-E-R-C-H-E-R Insurance.com.
Contact Karen and the team at Karcher Insurance at 1-844-421-3560. That's 844-421-3560.
MJWellness.com, the largest medical marijuana community in the world. Connect with thousands of patients, doctors, industry leaders, and businesses through shared personal experiences along our worldwide network. Discover new therapies and benefits with content tailored to you. Come grow your network on MJWellness.com. You're not alone. Your wellness matters. Learn, live, and thrive. Check out MJWellness.com today.
Dr. Dina is back with more Cannabis Confidential, only on CannabisRadio.com.
All right, welcome back to Cannabis Confidential. I'm Dr. Dina, and I have Adam Ill, and we are about to blow your mind with some knowledge about a really super secret cannabis event coming to our town. All right, Adam, do it. I think I'm going to take a dab while you do this.
You should. I've been hitting the joint the whole time. December 12th and 13th, if you are in the SoCal area, I'm doing a whole new type of event. It's called the Blazers Cup. We're going to have lots of musical performances, but in addition to music performances and a bunch of vendors that you want to see, I'm bringing a new element to it. we've all been to these events and, they're fun, but sometimes, and you could tell me if this is true or not, Dina, sometimes some of these events just feel like swap meets for stoners. It's just a bunch of booths trying to sell you shit. I call them swap meets, right?
Yeah,
swap meets. It's just
swap meets.
You go there, you see all these vendors, you see their product. If you like it, you buy it. If you want to try it, you try it, and then that's it. You walk around the thing, and then you're done, and then you'll stay for a concert. But that always drove me crazy because, these are all-day festivals. They're like 12 p.m. to 12 a.m., and for 12 hours, I'm not going to shop. So I've added a new element, and I'm trying to merge the carnival theme with the weed theme, so you could be out there getting high, playing carnival games, winning grams of hash, winning bongs from companies, going on Ferris wheels, smoking joints, taking dabs. It's going to be a fun, entertaining time. And in addition to that, we are having reputable judges judge the competition part of it. And one of the judges is going to be you, Dr. Dina.
No way.
What? Are you down to try some of California's finest flavors? And
am I down? Like I was born down.
Are your lungs ready?
I'm practicing right now. I'm getting ready.
We're going to saturate everyone's bronchial sacs and make sure everyone gets as high as I am because it's going to be a great time. So we'll be lots of fun and entertainment and consumption, and it's going to be an epic event. I think all the information is on blazerscup.com of the performers. I know they got Kid Ink, Ty Dollar Sign, Lil Debbie, Burner, just to name a few. I know there's a bunch of them. I can't really think of them off the top of my head, but it's going to be a great time. December 12th and 13th, the Blazers Cup.
December 12th and 13th, I am there.
Yeah, before that, I think I'm going to Jamaica for the High Times Cannabis Cup.
You think?
What? No, I know. It's going to be a great time.
I'm the one that booked your ticket, so I know you're going.
International smoking. I know. It's going to be, I'm so excited for that. I bought some new shorts today for it, too, because I've never been to Jamaica, and I'm ready. But I heard it's going to rain. Dina, is that true?
Is it going to rain?
They said it's like rainy season in Jamaica. But it doesn't matter.
It's hurricane season. I do know that
much.
Oh,
don't say that. I'm a delicate dude from the valley. I don't know if I'm ready for a hurricane.
Well, we'll make it through. We'll have plenty of cannabis, and we're going to go check out the Rastafarian culture out in Jamaica. This is the very first time that High Times is ever going to have their cup there, and it's replacing the Amsterdam Cup, which is really kind of sad.
That's crazy.
Not about having us there anymore.
Well, I mean, and everyone thinks Amsterdam is like the capital of the world for pot. And being in Amsterdam a couple times, I could tell you that their weed sucks, and it's not the best place to get high. But I'm sure if you're in Europe, then you're all about Amsterdam. But also, when we go there, we go to Amsterdam in November for the cup. It's fucking freezing out there.
It's freezing, and you can get good cannabis if you know the right people, but the thing about Amsterdam is just, it's the energy. It's the being able to walk into a coffee shop, buy some weed, roll it up and smoke it, and nobody cares. And that's what I do love about their culture. And I really wish that the U.S. would embrace of allowing people to medicate, allowing people to go somewhere to smoke, because that seems to be the only problem we have. Now we have dispensaries and we have people are just kind of preventing us unless you go to a secret sesh or a party like that. Yeah. Where do you go to smoke with your friends?
And there are some type of, there are little clubs, like social clubs and hash bars that are out there, but they are super underground and, word of mouth. They're not advertised. People don't really know about them. So these places do exist, but, it's on the level of, if you know, you know. And there needs to be more open public places like that for people to get together instead of, chilling out in their apartment, smoking, getting yelled at by their neighbors or their landlords because it smells funny.
Exactly. Well, I'm excited and about the Blazers Cup and judging. That's so cool, and I definitely hope that everyone who's listening comes out December 12th and 13th to the NOS Event Center in San Bernardino for the Blazers Cup and watch Adam do his thing as the host.
Yeah, and let everyone know that if they want to come, they can go to blazerscup.com right now, buy tickets, and put Dr. Dina 420 as a code word and get a discounted rate on their ticket. And tickets right now are only $35.
What? All right. Well, yes. I am so excited. I can't wait to see you all there. Adam, you are an awesome guest, and I'm just so thrilled that you came on. You're my weed warrior of the week because you get the word out. Woohoo! And I cannot wait to smoke one later with you,
Yeah, join me every Thursday night on B-Real TV for Getting High With, and get high with me.
Yeah. Or you can maybe find Adam during the week at Green Thumb Show with Dr. Green Thumb himself, Be Real.
Yeah.
I know
Or just in the street. Just see me and throw up the international dap sign and we'll get high.
There you go. All right. Well,
thank you, Dina.
Thank you. We're out of time. I'd like to thank you so much, Adam, for being on today. And I'd like to thank everyone at Cannabis Radio, including my awesome producer, Brasco. You rock. Join us again next week for another edition of Cannabis Confidential.
The opinions expressed on this CannabisRadio.com program are those of the guests and hosts and do not necessarily reflect those of the staff and management of CannabisRadio.com. Any rebroadcast or redistribution without proper consent of CannabisRadio.com is prohibited.